Now here it is, ladies and gentlemen. I said it. I've been saying it all morning. I've been happy because I heard this man was going to stop by and say hi to us. But more importantly, it's not just that, man. This dude is a multiple Grammy Award-winning musician, singer, DJ, actor. I've never been in the same room as him and not felt positive vibrations, great energy from him. I partied with this man. Watched him party, and it's the same thing. This man is global. He's not just an MC. This man was signed into our military. He served in the military. He's been around the world. He's made hit records. He's won in love. He's won in life. And now, finally, we get to call ourselves co-workers, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking about the one and only Shaggy. Woo! We got him on the line. Yo, Shaggy, you there? Yo.
Yo.
Hey, there we go. We got him on the line.
What up, Shaggy?
How you doing, brother?
Sway, just remember I knew you when you had dreads.
Throwback Thursday. Come on.
Hey, man, check this out, man. I was just doing a big-ass intro, and I was like, I started thinking about, man, I done partied with this man. We done seen each other over the years. Our careers done grown together. We done lost and then won in love. You know, we done it all. And it's nothing I could really say to Shaggy because he knew me when I had dreads, ladies and gentlemen.
I knew you when you had dreads, Sway.
Come on, man.
I mean, thanks. Big up to Heather, by the way.
Yes, indeed.
Always.
Now, holler at the queen.
Got to holler at the queen. Like the queen is on vacation. You got Tracy G, too. You got the princess, the other queen.
Oh, Tracy's gone, too?
No, Tracy's here.
No, I'm right here.
Tracy's there.
Oh, okay, Tracy. Yeah. All right, cool.
Hey, love.
Oh, you got me messed up for a minute right there. Where I heard you by yourself. I'm like, yo, because you really ain't no good without one of them, though.
No, man. I'm nothing. You know, Shaggy, turn this phone up, too. You're right, man. I've come to realize.
I mean, I get it. It's 2 in the morning. I get it. 2 in the morning. I get you, bro.
Yeah.
But, without any of these ladies, you really ain't shit.
I'm not. You're right, Shaggy. Thank you, bro. And you gotta have citizens. You gotta have friends around you that's gonna just be honest with you.
Yo, keep it a buck.
I gotta be real with you, man. I mean, you the man of everything. You know, what I mean, MTV, you gone. So I used to check you for every news.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, you were the people's anchor man. You were the youth anchor man of my time.
This is true.
You know
This is true.
I mean, and still are, my brother. I would
Facts.
never ever downgrade you. You know what I'm saying? But I just have to be at least one time come on your program and rant like I'm Kanye. Just so
I'm dead. That's it.
I need a little validation. I just want to get you mad just for 1 minute, Sway.
Cross that off your list.
Yo.
Sway, I want you to just tell me, Shaggy, we can step outside.
Yo, Shaggy, we could turn off these cameras, man.
These mics,
yo.
Man to man, dog.
Yo, man.
Like we on Flatbush. Let's go, man.
Let's go, man.
I mean, back then Flatbush, not gentrified Flatbush. Back then Flatbush, you know.
Hey, man, we done seen a lot of crazy shit. You're right, man. That's but hey, here's the thing. What Shaggy is saying is true. I had a plan when we formulated this show. I was like, I can't do this one by myself. I need somebody to make me look good, so I got to have the beat.
And you have great partners, man.
Thank you, man.
Very well.
Thank you.
Tracy's done very well. Heather, you know, I mean, it's you guys are, you've withstand the test of time. You guys are still the go-to, and I applaud you all, man.
Oh, thank you, my man, Shaggy.
Thank you, Shaggy.
Man. Thank
Shaggy,
you,
who are the top 2
man.
women in your life that keep you steady, that make you look good?
Oh, wow, my wife. I have a lot because I also have 3 daughters. And I have twin girls, and I have a 16-year-old that I'm trying to maneuver through her changes and her moods and her puberty and all of it. And it has been such an eye-opener and a ride. And because, we weren't raised, we were dragged up.
Yeah.
That's real. That's real.
You know what I mean? You in the hood, you dragged up. You're not raised. You know what I mean? So now that my daughters are here and I have the means, I can't blame my parents for it because they didn't have the means like I do right now. And just to have the means to be in a union and have a support unit from both parents and there's grandmothers and there's family and then the dynamics change than when it was just me and my mom in this one bedroom shit. And I just said, no, that ain't happening. Fuck off. It's a different dynamic that I got to go through right now, and it's such a learning process.
Yeah.
Last night I was going through a whole. We're at our home in Miami, and our daughters are at the home in Jamaica, and so there's a little bit of an altercation going back and forth. That was kind of sensitive with my 16-year-old, and it was just it really took me through a bit of a ride for you to realize that, okay, you got to kind of step back and look at the situation and approach it in a whole different way. And it's such a learning process. Mm-hmm. So I would say all the women, I was raised by women. I'm a single parent from a single parent family, my mother. My grandmother was really who raised me a lot. So I haven't had a lot of strong male role models in my life at all. It's mainly been women.
It's only been women. How do you feel not having those male figures? By the way, we're talking with Shaggy, and I'm opening up the phone lines, 888-742-3345, and we got a big announcement we're going to make pertaining to Shaggy. But, I have these conversations with people that are close to me that we may not have had those role models, those male role models, those older male role models, not the ones that's in the neighborhood that we came up with that's 2 or 3 years older, to kind of show us and lay out how to love, how to be in a loving relationship, how to be the head of a household, how to be all of these gender roles that men typically pick up. We weren't being taught all of that at the same. We had coaches, a grandfather who was there for us, but nobody immediately in the house. How did you make up for that, man? Was it just trial and error? Did you ever feel like you was lacking in that area?
Well, you know what? I never felt I was lacking so much until I got older and realized I was lacking, to be honest with you, because I had all these male role models were gangsters. I came to Flatbush in the 80s. It was a crack era. All my uncles were all hustlers. All my, they're gangsters. I was just raised by a bunch of people who that was their thing. You know what I'm saying? So it was unspoken love. They had love for me. They checked for me. They would ride for me. But it wasn't that sit down and have that pep talk or, I never got hugs. Hugs was not in my household. Growing up. But from, my grandma gave me hugs. Apart from that, that's it. And every male figure that I have in my life were, all my male, they got 6, 7 baby mamas and, it's the rude boy Jamaican uncles and, they're just real rough characters. You can't talk to them. No woman could talk to them and talk to them or raise their voice at them. I've seen quite a few of them get knocked down. And but it was so great is that I found myself in a position that I could actually change the cycle of shit.
There you go.
And I met a really beautiful woman that I just celebrated my anniversary last Monday.
I saw that. Congratulations. Salute, Rebecca. I see you, Queen.
Wow. How many years?
And we have lasted, for it's like 23 years now. Like and we've been married for about 7. And it's always a learning curve with me or her, and she's got a lot of patience because I'm like I said, I'm dragged up, So my way to deal with the situation is like, okay, I'm shutting my phone off and fuck off. Don't talk to me, and that's it. And I'm, and I got the needs to just go on my own, and she's always the one that comes back in and has a different conversation, and bring me back into reality. And it's like, yo, dude, what the fuck are you doing?
Yo, what's funny? It's real because
it's all about you.
Yeah, Tracy, it's no different than this show. Like he wouldn't be shit without his wife. Trust me, I know this for a fact. All them years, all that success. I heard she even wrote "It Wasn't Me." I'm not sure, but
oh my gosh,
all them hits, that wasn't him. That was Rebecca. Trust me, but this worked.
Well, the thing about it is, I wrote. I'm the guy that wrote a song called "Strength of a Woman,"
yes,
which is a big record outside, which is a massive record for me, and it is true. It is about So the first line says, "So amazing how this world was made. I wonder if God is a woman," because everything about the earth is about reproduction, and us men can't do that.
Not even with a pill.
Listen.
Not even. Not even with a pill.
Not even with a
This
pill.
world would be a hot mess if y'all could get pregnant.
I know, right? Hey, listen, we got folks on the line, man. Shaggy talking with us. Floyd, Grand Rising, he's in Detroit. What up, Floyd?
Hey, Floyd.
What's good, Sway?
What's popping? Say what's up
What
to
up,
Shaggy.
Floyd?
Hey, what's good? All right, so
What's up,
I
Floyd?
just
How's
wanted to
Detroit,
touch
man?
I just wanted to touch on how you guys were talking about not having male role models in your life. All right, so everybody grows up different. Okay, I get that. I'm over here 7 Mile in Sussex, so it's not great, but it's not terrible. You feel me?
Yeah.
All right, I didn't have no daddy in my life like everybody else did. I didn't even have no grandpops in my life like everybody else did. But what I did have, 3 houses down from my mama's house, was a head named Willie. And that dude had more wisdom than anybody I have ever met in my life. No relation to me, no relation to anybody in my family, but taught me more than any man ever has in my life. Old Willie, 3 houses down. That man's he's a G.
Shout out to old Willie. Yeah, that might be a
Shout
song
out to old
title.
Willie, man.
Yeah, hey, Shaggy, that might be a song title.
You know? So everybody might not have that family ties that you hope to find, but everybody at some point in their life has that even in the shittiest upbringings, everybody has that male role model that everybody quote unquote needs, if you get what I mean.
I like that.
You know what it is? You know what it is, man? There's an old saying in Jamaica that says you could carry the donkey to the water, you can't make him drink. So, kudos to you for wanting to listen to old Willie and wanted to take in what old Willie had to say. You know what I mean? Because there's so many times that you got people, OGs, that basically sit there and try to kick knowledge. But, some people's minds aren't developed enough to want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Right. And so give yourself some credit, my brother. You know what I mean? You were open to take those advice and put you in a better place and receive that knowledge. Amen. Receiving is a big part of it.
All right, Floyd, you a citizen, Floyd.
Thank you.
Come on, man. And he grew up on 7 Mile. That's one exit away from him. Yeah. The movie was called 8 Mile. He was 1 mile away.
He was 1 mile away.
Hey, let me ask you this now that we got you on the phone. And first of all, let's say big congratulations, citizens. Shaggy got a new weekly show. It's starting on SiriusXM FLY, Channel 47. He is officially a part of the family. He was already family with us anyway, beyond these corporate ties, but now he's really a family. What's the name of the show, Shaggy?
It's Shaggy's Yaad.
Yeah, man. Come on, man.
Shaggy's Yaad.
Yes, bro. Welcome to the realm of broadcasting.
Thank you, sir. I mean, it's a show that really showcased dancehall and reggae, both on the urban scene and on the crossover scene, anything to do with dancehall and reggae and the culture of Jamaica. Big up to Scott and the gang, big up to Papa K, big up to everybody. All the guys over there fly that really embraced us. You know what I'm saying? And bigging up that's the platform so we could basically share this platform with our music and get our culture out. And, as Sway, you've always been open and let me use your platform to promote everything that we can. That's Jamaica and dancehall and reggae, because it's such a strong culture. And we just need to, just get it out there. So this was an opportunity to do that. And the guys at Fly have been so amazing. They produce this show for me and guide me in the way it should be done. And Moscow and all of these guys, they're just amazing, So big up to them, big up to Sean, big up to everybody over
beautiful.
There. Yeah, man, that's amazing, man.
Yes,
Pat McKay is the gem. She's the queen of it all when it comes to this company. She may not have the biggest title, but she makes the biggest impact, especially when it comes to Jamaica, reggae culture, music culture, the whole nine. So salute to her. But Sean and Ron Mills, all those guys over at S. over at Fly. Course, Scott and these guys as well. That's great. I think it's awesome to have you a part of the show. What I'm hoping for, Bun B got a show called The 2 Trill Show that's on Rock the Bells with LL Cool J. And the 2 Trill Show, Bun B is going to talk to us about like Southern hip hop, especially coming from Texas that we never really knew. It's always those stories, right, Shaggy? I could tell you stuff about the Bay in L.A., artists that nobody talks about anymore, but that were important to the growth of the music culture in those regions. I'm hoping, I know with Shaggy's Yaad, that we're going to hear from artists and hear about stories that we're not really privy to. Is that correct? Are there some people you want to bring to the forefront that the world don't know like you feel they should?
Well, you know, it's a platform that we talk about. We do talk about, you know, some and give you some history of some of the music that we do play. You know, but we use the platform because, you know, Fly is a really solid station, channel, and you know, we really just open people's minds to all these different styles of music and give backstories on a lot of it. And when you hear what's going on and how music has been shaped today and know that it really a lot of it came from dancehall and reggae. You know, I mean, when you look at reggaeton, you know, there's even a crazy story. There's this guy called Carl, I forgot his last name. Mm-hmm. This guy was a VP. Nobody talks about this guy. This is a guy that used to work at VP. He was the one that started to produce and put out records with El General. Mm-hmm. El General, of course, was the first person that actually started to do what we know now as reggaeton. Mm-hmm. And what Carl did, he did old school dancehall records with El General in Spanish. So he'll take Shabba Ranks record, and one of Shabba Ranks records he did was a song called Dembow, and that's why the beat of reggaeton that he normally uses is called Dembow, which is from that. Okay. But what a lot of people didn't know, that Carl actually named the genre, and he called it reggaeton. Yes. Uh-huh. A lot of people, Carl used to be at VP Records, and he named it. It was called Spanish reggae when they were doing it first, and he came up with a whole name for it called reggaeton. Wow. And when Spanish people call reggaeton, they call it reggaeton. And that's how it ended up being reggaeton. A little bit of knowledge for you there.
There you go. Come on. See what you're doing right there, Shaggy. You dropping a gem on us.
You better sell your show.
Come on. You saw what he did right there.
I did. Shaggy, I'm curious. Because, you know, in hip-hop, you've heard it as much as me and Sway have. I would say, like, in the last 10 years, a lot of people will comment about the, like, younger generations and say, oh, hip-hop is dead. You know, T-Pain the other day was saying, guys, we got to stop making songs that all sound alike. Does reggae and dancehall get that same criticism at all? Do you see, like, maybe different generations who kind of look down or aren't as happy with this generation of new artists in reggae and dancehall?
There is a difference. I hear what T-Pain is saying, and if I'm listening to it as a person that's an outside person, because I am not deep into hip-hop as a T-Pain is, you know, I would say, okay, this sounds like this. As a music person, this sounds like this, and they'll sound a lot, because it becomes a trend after a while. Mm-hmm. You know, everybody cookie cuts. You know, that's how the game is. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? The difference with this situation is that T-Pain cannot sit there and argue the numbers. These guys are doing incredible numbers, even though it's the same thing. You know, there's an audience out there that's eating it up. And the numbers, you're having a lot of these rappers are making so much money compared to what rappers back then used to make. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Who are being very diverse and very creative and have these different styles and different flows and whatnot. But these guys are making a ton of money. So there is an audience, and the culture is moving. And for the first time in my lifetime, I've seen the hip-hop culture become the main format, right? Back then it was rock, or it was pop, or it was something else. So you can't argue that. In dancehall now, the numbers just don't match up. We're still 6% of the market share. You know, 80s and 90s dancehall is still doing better numbers than current dancehall. So that's the difference. So for me, if the new sound was making numbers, I'd be like, hey, let's jump on this wagon. I'd be, you know, I'd have somebody like T-Pain screaming at me. Because I'd be you know what I'm saying? But if the numbers aren't matching up, then we'll have a different conversation, because what it does now, it doesn't give us a seat at the table. It doesn't have me to come in and have for me to sit down and have a conversation with Scott about a show or a channel on Sirius. You know what I mean? I'd have to do it on the strength of Shaggy, not on the strength of my genre, if you get what I mean.
I get
You know what I'm
that.
saying? So, you know what I'm saying? If LL goes in and say, hey, I want to do Rock the Bells, you know what I mean? There's no way Scott is gonna say no, because you're talking about hip-hop that's got the most listenership, got the most downloads, got the biggest numbers. It was easy for you to give him a channel for Rock the Bells. Do you get what I'm saying? Shady 45 is doing well because they're in a genre that's the leading genre. The numbers are adding up. With dancehall, it's a harder conversation to have. You know what I'm saying? It's a harder conversation to deal with because when you look at the numbers, we're struggling. But yet still, every music comes from it. You know what I mean? I just explained reggaeton, which is $1 billion industry that started out of dancehall, and I was right there when it was happening. You're looking at Afrobeat, which is influenced by dancehall because I was in Africa when dancehall was the main music, and it's a spin-off of that. You know what I mean? You're looking at hip-hop when Kool Herc came over here and created toasting over songs, which came from that whole vibe. You're looking at trap right now, which is King Tubby's that used to do dub. You know, that's all trap is. It's just a hybrid of dub. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes, there's so much thing. When you look at Katy Perry or you look at Rihanna or you look at Doja Cat right now and how she dresses and how she acts, that's Grace Jones.
That's Grace Jones. You know,
you get what I'm saying?
Yes,
absolutely.
absolutely.
So to have a genre like this that don't have the numbers, I'm like, okay, we need to step our game up. We need to be part of the competition. We need to be in the game. You know, and I'm at a place in my life now where you see me being so active in the genre because of the fact that I want to see the genre live, because it's been really, really good to me and my family. I've done very well. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we bring people like Spice in, and we have Godumde that's doing well right now, and Sean Paul and I have teamed up, and because we realize we got to do something and get up. So, you know, and big up to Sirius, big up to everybody who has been playing anything that's called dancehall and reggae and trying to help us on the platform. And that's where my head is.
I love it, man. Shaggy, ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad you're the one out of the few people I could talk to about Kool Herc and his influence, you know, and him being known as the founder of hip hop and bringing these styles to the States and making them popularized and, you know, and him being a Jamaican man. And how much of our music culture is influenced by Jamaica, and then also how many American artists like James Brown and others that influence Jamaican culture, you know. And so,
I had a crazy conversation with James Brown when we were on tour together, and James Brown is a phenomenal one of the heroes that I met, you know. And you know, when James Brown was telling me about his trip to Jamaica and all of his connection with him and Bob and Chris Blackwell and Sly and Robbie and Al Sharpton was in there. And when Al Sharpton got a little roughed up.
he laughs. Shaggy laughing. Why are you laughing at that? He did get roughed up. Al was getting a little bit out of phase as to what I heard about the conversation. But, you know, Jamaica's a rough place. You got to watch how you talk, man. And they don't care who you are.
So there goes that laugh again.
I found the whole thing funny. Hey, James was laughing when he was telling me about it.
What did James Brown say to you? What did he say?
Yeah.
You know what? He was very very open and respectful to the culture of dance, of reggae. We're on tour together in Antwerp. He kicked the door open, and he walked in with a bouncer, actually. And the guy, he kicked my door open, my dressing room door, walked in, told me to sit down, and the guy stood behind the door. And I was at that point thinking I was going to get a James Brown beat down. I mean, it was crazy. He was like, yo, sit down. I want to talk to you. I was like, oh, shit. You know, he's like, let me tell you something. I come out there and watch you every night. You the truth. You funny. You need to let them see both sides. I've been to Jamaica. I hung with Marley. I've been to the whole of your dick. And he just went into a whole story. And he's like, yo, they could take your house away, your car, your woman. But as long as you got your talent, you're a rich man. And they can't take that away from you. And it was just a really solid conversation
Wow.
that he was giving to me, and he was just like almost anointing me in a way, man. You know, it was really emotional, and at some point of it, because the whole tour we were there for a month, and everybody called him Mr. Brown, and I say, "Yo, Godfather," and he was always answering me. He always came. He loved my wife, and you know, Rebecca, they would hang out a lot, and you know, and he would give us these stories. You know, these really real stories about in Bahamas with Sly and Robbie, and you know, a lot of people even don't know that Sly and Robbie it needs to be celebrated too. These guys, you know, these are the guys that were rhythm section. They were session musicians to a lot of big pop songs like Girls Just Want to Have Fun with Cyndi Lauper. The rhythm section for that was Sly and Robbie. You know, I mean, Gwen Guthrie, all of these records. These guys were really a big part of popular culture, man. You know, and they need to be celebrated and given their flowers while they're here. You know, so I'm shouting. I'm just shouting it out, bro.
There you go, and that's why we need Shaggy's Yaad to make sure that these topics are being covered, man. I love it, brother. I can sit and talk with you all day, man. We gotta do it in person, man. We gotta do it in person.
Hey, listen, I miss coming up there, Sway. Even though last time I came up there, you had nothing Jamaican up there, not even a beef patty.
That's what you know, man.
Chicken. You didn't even have weed up there, man. Come on, I know M give you all some budgets, man. Jesus Christ, man.
M don't give us nothing, man.
You got to get some carrot juice or something.
I'm gonna get some sorrel. Hey, next time you come, I'm gonna have some roots and tiger bone waiting for you. Okay?
Yeah, some oxtail or a curry goat or something.
Okay, some curry goat. I'll have some curry chickpeas for you. All right, when you come up next time.
Yeah, that's not mad vegan or something like that. Come on, man.
It is actually. I'm sorry, Shaggy. You don't want to put that dead meat in your body and turn it into a casket.
Let me tell you something about it, Sway. Yo, listen, I'm Jamaican. I'm raised on a heart attack. All right, you just give me some heart attack food. I'm good.
Give you some heart attack food. All right, my brother. Hey, man, love you, man. Congratulations on the show, y'all. Listen. Fly Sirius XM. Yes, indeed. Sundays at 3 p.m. Eastern. And it's a rebroadcast Tuesdays at 11 a.m. Eastern and Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern and Saturdays at 12 a.m. Eastern. But Sundays at 3 p.m. Eastern here on Sirius XM FLY, Channel 47. Good to have you as a part of the family. You was already family, Shaggy.
Yes.
All right.
All the best, man.
Take care, brother. We'll talk soon, man. Let's do a concert together.
Let's do it. Hey, Tracy.
Yes,
hold him down, Tracy.
Always.
Hold him down.
Yes,
all right,
man.
love you, Shaggy.